This is 17.5. I started 5th place and my car cogs, so I have to check the sensor wire, see what's going on or why it did that. But this is at Norcal Hobbies, so it's October 15, 2023. And like I said, I started 5th place, and I'm going to end in 5th place. I'm not as fast as the other guys, the guys that are in front of me, obviously. Although I have a 97% consistency on this race, which is actually pretty good, despite a few of those dots. But some of the things that I'm going to mention is the following. So I am running a Mugen M-chassis chassis. They do have the R version. There's a few little changes, nothing. I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and upgrade right away, but I have been driving different chassis, and this one's actually really nice. I do like this Mugen. But one of the things that I did is, if you've watched the other videos, you probably noticed in the other videos the rear end was a little squirrelier, and here I think I'm being more aggressive, a little more aggressive, maybe not. I think I am, but the difference in the setup is the past 2 race days I ran it as is. So this was a particular chassis that was built by a team driver, and anyway, I was driving it, but it was built to according to the manual, so to spec. Now the manual calls, so there's 2 sets of springs, and Mugen labels them by the coils. So there's a 6.5 winding, or coils, and then there's the 6.75. Now in the manual it calls for the soft springs, which are the ones with the more coils. So generally, if you have a spring that has the same height, the same initial height, right, so resting height is the same, the diameter is the same, and the wire is the same, the one with more coils will generally be softer. So the softer springs were in the front, ouch, and the harder springs were in the rear. So at the 675 in the front, those were the soft, and then the 650 in the rear, those are the slightly harder ones. The only thing I did for this race is I swapped them. So I put the rear springs in the front and the front springs in the rear, and I like it a lot better. Now there I'm getting out of the way so they can pass. They're already lapping the field. And I really do like it. I did this on both of the cars. To be honest, I think I either have to go with a 6.5 all around, or 7.5 I think would just be too soft. So maybe I would go with 6.5 in the rear, just to let the rear just a little looser. It grips a little too much. I know that might sound a little silly, but it grips a little too much. And one of the things that I also have been experiencing with, and I mentioned this in the 21.5, is so the tires that I'm running now, this is the second race on those tires. So I did qualifier 2 on those tires, and now I'm doing the main. So next race, qualifier 1, I'll run these tires, and then I'll swap them and put those on my 21.5, and I'll put brand new tires on this car. So that's what I have been doing, and to be honest, I've been doing better with the 17.5. I think the grip is better. The setup on both cars is identical. It's the same. I haven't changed anything in setup. The difference is the tires, and I don't want to say you have to pay to win, especially since I didn't win, but new tires are awesome tires, and that's one of the things that I'm finding out. But you're looking at, I think they're $36, so say about $40 a pop. So it just kind of depends. Maybe it'll break the bank, maybe it won't break the bank. It just, I don't know what your budget is, but if you can afford a brand new set of tires every single race, you're going to notice a difference. Now, in the future, I will have a video on tires, because I've been messing around with tires and compounds, and I have some old tires. I'm just going to cut them open, try to see superficially what the difference is. I'm not going to go, I don't have the equipment or the knowledge to go down into, tearing them down chemically and tell you what the difference is between the compounds. But sometimes you will find that there will be, for example, 32 compound, SU, 32 compound, R, 32. I've always wondered if there's a simple difference or if it's a complex difference. Complex difference I'm not going to be able to answer, because that would be a chemical thing. But maybe there's a simple difference, and that's why I'm going to open those things up. And now I have a few of them. But anyway, moving on. That's something to keep in mind. So what have I done on the car? Every race I've been putting new tires. So this is the third race, brand new set of tires. Qualifier 2, so this is the second race, and I swapped the springs, and that made a massive difference on the car. So, that being said, I believe this is the last lap. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one, and hopefully in about a month or two from the date of this video, I'll have that video on tires. Again, thank you very much for watching.
What? Oh, my hair! My tongue! My rod!